just check that the volume's up. There we go. Now, I would have done gaming, but I thought I'd do a review on some of the figures. Two of the figures I mentioned about. It's all right. Two of the figures I mentioned about that when the way they're dressed is actually between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which is called Shadow of the Empire. Now, if I have the book, I'd be able to show you, and I'd be able to read some of it. Hi, Sky. How are you? And I'd be able to read some of it. Fortunately, I must have put it in a stacker box or something, so I have to try and find it. Now, this figure, which is Leia's Bosch bounty hunter disguise, his helmet comes off. I have one which is just there, which that one is from the one, thank you for the like, is that one is from in the book Shadows of the Empire. Now, this one, Return of the Jedi. As of course we all know, her, Luke, Chewie, Lando all set up a plan of getting Han back. And I think, as we all saw, where they end up getting caught, Leia ends up getting caught by Jabba the Hutt, and they sort of when Han's out of the carbonite, and they're standing on that the barge, looking at Jabba's barge, and of course Leia's set r2d2 free. Might as well say kill Jabba the Hutt. And r2d2 goes to the top of the Jabba the Hutt sail barge. Luke gives a nod. He looks at Lando, who's standing in a disguise, so Jabba the Hutt and the others don't know who he is, who he really is. Gives him a nod. Give it, R2D2, nod. First he does it with Lando. And this is when he's standing at the edge of the plank. It's going to be pushed into the scarlet pit, the creature that they want Luke to be pushed into, and the others. But of course, Luke gives Lando the nod, and I remember Luke looks at R2D2 and goes something like that. And of course, Luke turns around, brings up, sort of swings up, grabs the lightsaber, fighting away, and of course, in the confusion, I think Boba Fett goes to, I think, go after Luke. And because Han is sort of still a bit dazed, not, he's just able to see, so he's just a bit hazed. Hits Boba Fett in the back with his jetpack, and of course Boba Fett goes in that skull, the pit. Luke jumps over, and of course they save Leia, and Leia pushes the gun down, and they jump back on a smaller sailboat, and off they go. Now, of course, these are from, I think, late 70s into the 80s. Sorry if I've got the years wrong. My mistake if I have. But as I said, there's this one is Return of the Jedi, and the other one that I showed on the wall there is from Shadows of the Empire, which I have a book of. I have a hardcover book, which tells the story of between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and there's one thing is Luke wore this. Now I think it's one of the Imperial Guards. I'm not sure. I'm sure I got that right. Thank you for the like. Where it comes off, it comes off. Where he can go in disguise. Dylan, hello. How are you? How are you going? Thought I'd do just a figure review on a couple of the figures I've had for a long time. Good. Just wake up. And yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So yeah, that's Luke in disguise. And if I could had the Shadows of the Empire book, I'd be able to read some about, why Luke is dressed like that. I mean, it's like they're from like the 80s, but they still have look at articulation in the left arm, the right arm, leg, and they just knocked his hat off. That carried in your looks. Yeah, I've had this. The speakers I've had was the Star Wars speakers I've had since I was 9. I started the very first Star Wars figure I got was a Stormtrooper when I was 9 years old, and over that time, yeah, it's not bad. Definitely not bad. It would have been nice if they were able to make a movie of Shadows of the Empire where that fits between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Because Leia, being in her Bosch bounty hunter costume, this one is because I got two, so I got this one sort of Return of the Jedi, and the one on the wall, as you see right there, is the one that's from Shadows of the Empire. Now, a lot of these figures I've had for a long time, years, and yeah, it's not, they're not bad, not bad figures. I got a big busy day ahead of me. Got to do laundry, watch a premiere on YouTube, and go to Target and catch GameStop one final time. Catch you later. Take care. Take care, Dylan. Take care. And so this one, which is Luke in disguise, and the other one like this, which is Leia in the Bosch outfit. Yeah, stay safe, Dylan. So at the time, I think I thought, oh, I'll, you know, it really help me, you know, parents help me get, well, help me get the two of them, because that way I can leave that one in the packet. That has been in the packet. That has not been taken out of the packet. That's the thing. It has never been taken out of the packet, and that one right there I got in the 80s. And it's 20, we're in, it's 2020 now. That's never been taken out of the box. That's why I end up deciding to get two, because back then, because I think there was this one, and then that one there, that one right there, came out after. I think. Oh, I'm sorry if I've got that wrong as well. But that has never been taken out of the packet. Now, you can see that has the slight difference. It's, I'll take it off the bottle. Now, thing is, and this is the thing. It has never, ever been taken out of the packet. Now, as you can see, same bounty hunter gear that Leia wore, but slightly different. So I'd say this one came out, or before or after, I'm not sure. Because as you can see, both of them have slightly changed because they're slightly different. Now, the thing is, because that one is Return of the Jedi, and that one's Shadows of the Empire. But as you can see, this has never been open. Masters of Upgrade, how are you? How you going? Thought I'd do a bit of a couple of figure reviews of figures I've had for a long time. So you can see there, that's never been open, and I've had that since the 80s. Oh, I'm pretty good Master of Upgrades, pretty good. So you've got that one, And then you've got this one. So this was sort of, this one was sort of before this one. As you can see, it's all, you know, new. And then, and you've got the Return of the Jedi one. Now, if I could find the book of Shadows of the Empire, I'd be able to read a bit of it and tell you a bit more about him. But it's never been opened. It's been like that, sealed, since, since the 80s. And I'd be able to tell you a bit more about this, but maybe when I find the book, because I think I put it in a stacker box, I've got a hardcover thick book of Shadow of the Empire. Now, the other thing is, that's R2D2 from the late 70s. And of course, as you can see, when it came out then, it didn't have the part here where you could go like that and move along. His head moves, so that's fine. His head moves. I'm just going to check the volume. There we go. So his head moves. Now, you could say this one is, I'd say, this one would be the first one. Star Wars, A New Hope. Then, Empire Strikes Back came out. R2D2 figure changed. Now, if I can just get this out like so. This R2D2 is where Luke goes to see Yoda about training. And of course, when R2D2, when they land, and of course, in this, it's a swamp. He's not sure if he's going to be able to find Yoda. R2D2 accidentally, the ship moves. The TIE fighter, X-Wing, X-Wing, moves, and R2D2 falls in the swamp. Next minute, you see this part come up. Now, I think Return of the Jedi, R2 slightly, I think, changed again. But as you can see, I've got one from Star Wars A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back. Now, the thing is, as far as I know, there was never one where the lightsaber pops out of his head. Luckily, Degasani brought a build out of R2D2. Took 2 years to build. And of course, he works with an app. Head moves, lights up. Lightsaber pops out of his head. So you might as well say Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Now, that just there, which is C3PO, that doesn't exactly, you might as well say it's a big figure. It's a bigger figure. So, the thing is, the part where you see R2D2 and C3PO go separate ways. There is a part where I've got this one, where there's a little magnet there, and I've got the other part. I've probably put that in the stacker box, and you can move that, and the sound I think it might need a new battery. There's a little silver battery in the back, and that's where he's going through that part where he gets caught by the Jawas, where you can see he's all dirty and all that. Then in the other movies that are, I think, prequels, you've got this one. Years later, he's got little wheels on the bottom that moves, and that moves. And his head turns, so that's a bit of articulation. So, yeah, so in other words, I have all three r2d2s from Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. But the one from Return of the Jedi, that one. And so this one, which it came out, I think, the 80s or late 80s, is meant to be like this one. Because at first, R2D2 is not dirty on there until after Leia puts the disc in for Obi-Wan, and of course when they go in the pod, the Empire thinks, oh, no one in the pod, not realising it was the droids. They land on, was it Tatooine? And of course R2 and C-3PO sort of argue after they sort of crashes in the desert, and they go separate ways. And of course, as you can see, he's gone through like dirt, and of course he's, gets caught by the Jawas. So but I think this one is, I think, in one of the prequels, this one. Now, you could say that it has, like, thing is, it has updated over the years, as you see there, where this makes a sound that's very, very but I think with this, it because this one, you could say, in a way, this one a smaller version of that one, because as you can see at the front, you've got a red dot there, green dot. Now, because there's an articulation there and there, and you've got to turn there, Now, with the big version of it, I will do a live stream of him working and that. Um, and I'm sort of pretty pleased with that one there. I mean, I love doing these builds. Really love doing these builds. You know, still doing Terminator, exoskeleton, the Bismarck ship, which is gonna be really long. Um, Spitfire plane. Um, so and I will do a live stream of you know, the builds I've done over the years. Um, and as you can see, the Millennium Falcon behind me, that took 2 years to build. That lights up and the ramp goes down and up. The Millennium, the DeLorean, that works. The front lights look on. You push a button and the lights inside come on. Little light when you know, in the car when you need a light and you go up and you turn the light on in the ceiling of the car. Light the flux capacitor lights up and the Christmas tree lights up. Everything else lights up. And when you push the brake pedal, the brakes come on in the back. Lights on the front light up and the back as well. Which at the moment I've got it with a cutting it. I've got the DeLorean with a T-tail over it. Once I get the last issue of it, I'll be able to finish. I'll be able to put it on the car, but before I put it on the car, I still have to wait for a couple of issues for the parts for the time circuit tray, another railway track wheel, another metal bar for the train track. So yeah, so once I do that, then that's finished. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little review on some of the figures that I've had for a long time. And as you can see I've had this for since the 80s. And it's never been open. Never. And as you can see here with the helmet, see how, sorry for the glare, see there? So how they've the changed, but yeah, so it's never been opened at all. No, that's all right. So yeah, so these R2D2s are all sort of different, but I think that R2D2 is, you might say it's from the third movie, because the lightsaber pops out of his head. Hologram, you've got the voice with the hologram of Leia, hologram of Luke, because his arms, and he can control him with an app, and if you put him on patrol mode, he'll go off on his own. So yeah, so yeah, I thought I'd do a bit of a review on some figures that I've had for a long time. There's like some in the back there, and what they're, just see how it looks like this. Okay, they're inside some type of case. I've had a case for them all, for the ones I got years ago, all in a case. So yeah, it's you know, had them for a long time, and you know, I still collect them and that. So yeah, and just say that there, right there, is a Kylo Ren animatronic. You push a button on his chest, and he'll talk, and lightsaber lights up red, moves hands, and he says the line, and then he'll stop. But he's an animatronic figure. Um, so there. That's that's about it. Um, but as I've moved it up there, as you can see, that tiny little box up the top there is Baby Yoda, which I've had to carefully sit him on top of another Star Wars Black Series box with the bigger figure in it. So it's just sitting on top of that box, and those ones there. Oh, is it? Oh, that's all right. That's all right, Master of Upgrade. If it is, that's cool. Um, those. Hang on. Those ones there. Just there. Still some of the Star Wars Black Series figures. I've got to go and get the boxes. Get the boxes for. I've got them in the garage, and I've got to get them out the garage and put them in and hang them on the wall. Room we'll have to get eventually get done. And that Darth Vader there, I've been wanting, well, trying to look around for another one, because when you try to add stuff in houses, you can add Baby Yoda in Sims 4 for a toy. Well, that's not too bad, Masters of Upgrade. That's definitely good. They've added that. That's really good. Really good. So yeah, I've been wanting to try and get another one of those, which which is like a light. You turn it on, and you turn the light off. The eyes are red and mouth red. There's a stormtrooper like that one, and of course the eyes light up blue. Yeah, blue, mouth blue, and looks like its head coming out of the wall. Probably have to look online for more of them later on when I can. But yeah, so yeah, so oh, and the live stream I did a few hours ago on the food review of the Tim Tams. I probably will. I will have to wait until Monday to give them a call. See if they can do something about them. But I'll keep you up to date on that when how things go with that. And I'll be, of course, there'll be still the figure reviews, the builds, gaming, diamond art, plaster painting, if they're, you know, able to get other more plaster painting later on. And I think it's Halloween's on the 31st. On Halloween night, I'm thinking of doing a live stream Halloween. Now, next week, I'm going to see if I can get some Halloween stuff and do a Halloween stream. Now, of course, I'd probably do it on StreamYard. So if anyone wants to come on the panel, that's all right. December, I will be, now I could wait until gets into December and then to tell you all, but I thought, I'll tell you now. About probably a few days before Christmas, I'll do a Christmas stream, and I'll have Christmas stuff up behind me, and maybe even wear a Santa hat. But we might do that on StreamYard, and that. So is that. There will be a box review of figures that I've had for a long time that I put in a stacker box, and once I've fixed up the room, got the room fixed up, I'll do a live stream called What's in the Box, and that, and yeah, so there'll be also, when the room's done, there'll be a tour of the room and out in the lounge room with the cabinet and everything's out in that's in the cabinet out in the lounge room there. So yeah, so anyway, I think that's oh, and I'm going to still be gaming as well, so yeah, I think I'll just plug my charger in, because I think if I don't, my phone's likely to suddenly go off, and I don't want that happening. So yeah, I might think of new things to add to the channel, and that's so yeah, so I just thinking. Oh, I'm just thinking, what else I could, add to the channel. It's always good to mix it up, different things on the channel. But anyway, I'm gonna go now. So take care, stay safe, and as I always say, don't forget to put a like, put a comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Take care, Master of Upgrades and everyone. And I will give you an update on the live stream on Monday. After what, hopefully they can do something about those biscuits. So yes, don't forget to put a like, put a comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you later. Take care, guys. Bye now.